Hey, what's up guys, it's Devin here, and I know it's been like quite a while since I've made a video, and I apologize. I've just been really busy with school, and it really hasn't been fun, but I have some time on my hands right now, and I want to talk about something that you guys probably aren't going to like, but it's a topic that I want to talk about, and it's going to be, sadly, about school. Today's topic is going to be on why school is so stressful, how you should properly deal with it, and the reasons why school is so stressful. So I really hope you like this video. It should be pretty good, and yeah. So yeah, let's talk about school and why it's just so dang stressful. I think every teenager has to deal with this problem. I know that back in elementary school, you know, getting up for school, and honestly, like, it wasn't so bad. Like, you actually, like, it was fun. Like, you were actually kind of excited to go to school and, like, you know, hang with your friends or play on the playground or something like that. Because, like, you knew that you weren't going to really have to do that much work. Like, it wasn't stressful, and you had to get up early, which is a problem I'm going to be talking about later. But I think you did get to leave a little bit earlier, and yeah. But I think I really started stressing like when 8th grade came around, because I think 6th and 7th grade were okay for me. I was an AB student. I really actually did pretty good in school in 6th and 7th grade. But 8th grade kind of hit me like a truck, you know. It was my last year of middle school, and I kind of like felt like what high school was gonna be like, what it was gonna be like, and I think they did that on purpose, like to prepare you for high school. But high school, like when high school started, it's just the stress really like hit me, me in particular, like a truck, because there was just so much more work, and like I just felt so tired. I still feel tired all the time. And I think the main problem is, like, you have like multiple classes you have to take during the day, 4, maybe more than 4 if you're in a different school, and for me it's 4. But you have to like study for different things when you get home. You gotta do different things like homework. Yeah, you gotta do different homework. You gotta pack all of this stuff in your mind, different things, math, English, social studies, American history, stuff like that. And it's really, for people like us, like young age, like 15, 16, 17, 18, you know, I think for a young age like that, I think it's really, really stressful for people just to put all of that stuff in your mind. And a lot of the times, you gotta remember all of that in, like, you have to know all that for the next day. Like, say that you have a test. You have like 2 tests in 2 different classes. You have to study for that one, and you have to study for the other one. And for me, that's honestly so stressful for me, because you got to remember one thing for one class, and then you got to turn right around and study for another thing in another class. And it's just, for me, it's stressful, but I think for a lot of other people it's really stressful too. There's a lot of smart people that I know that, I mean, honestly, they do awesome in school, but I know they're really stressed out. Like, they've talked to me about, you know, this is so stressful, like, there's no way, like, if I were you, I would not take honors classes, advanced classes, which I really need them, but there's just no way I could take them, because it would be so much stress that would just be pounding me. And honestly, I'm surprised I don't even have gray hair yet from school. Like, it's just so much stuff that you gotta comprehend and remember and study for, and it's just for different things. Like, if it was just for one class, it wouldn't be so bad. But the fact that you have 4+ classes during the day, and you gotta learn new different things, I think that's a bit much for kids our age to comprehend. Now, college, now, I think that's more understandable. You know, you got mature adults, young adults, but they are more mature than us. They can take more, they can comprehend more, and Yes, college is very stressful. I don't even want to think about it right now, even though I have less than 2 years left until I finally go to college. But it's just, I think all of it's really stressful for people this young, you know? And people don't deal with it in good ways either. I mean, nowadays you have a lot of dropouts, and this is the thing. When you drop out of high school, I mean, at the moment, I mean, I guess you're gonna be fine because you're still living with your parents. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna have food. You're gonna get to go places because, I mean, you're still living with your parents, but you're not getting the education that you need. And I know I like sound completely stupid right now by saying that because I even hate myself for saying that. But getting the education that you need for your future life is really, and it's weirdly, and I hate it, but it's really important because you're not going to get really far in life if you're dropped out of high school. You're just not. And a lot of people, they think school is completely stupid. And believe me, I think school is stupid most of the time too. And it is. It really is. But people just say, screw school, I'm going to drop out. 5 years from now, you're going to regret that so much. Because, first of all, you're probably not going to be able to get into any college without your high school diploma. If you haven't graduated from high school, you're not going to get anywhere, honestly. It's going to be really hard. Really, really freaking hard. You got to be really lucky to, get something going in your life if you dropped out. You got to be really lucky. But you just you gotta deal with it. And you don't have to deal with it for a really long time. And I think it's going to be worth it in the end, for me. Because I know that if I keep working hard as a student, even if I do make a couple C's here and there, it's going to be worth it in the end, and I may have a successful life. I'm going to have a better chance of having a successful life than people that drop out. I do know that for a fact. Now, something else that I think that makes people really stressed out about school is waking up so freaking early. I really don't understand why we have to wake up before 6 a.m., 6:30, before 7 a.m. at least, just to go to school. A lot of people these days really can't sleep. I know I can't, and my friends know that for a fact. I cannot sleep for anything. I may get, on a good night, maybe 5 hours of sleep. And that's hard for anybody. You gotta wake up at 6 a.m. and you can't forget this, a lot of high school students have a job and they may work until 11 or 12. And when you're getting home at like 12 or 1 and then you got homework to do, it's just, you don't know how to deal with it. And I luckily work only Fridays and Saturdays. Thank God for that. But it's just so stressful. I mean, sleep is a really, you need it to function in life. But for school, when you're there for literally 8 hours trying to take things in your mind, you need that sleep. And most people really don't get it. They do not get the proper sleep for school. And that makes it even harder, honestly. When you don't get the full sleep, school is going to suck a complete butt for you. It is. It sucks for me. And sometimes, I'll fall asleep in class, but I really don't. I'm so used to getting much less of sleep that I'm I'm so used to it that sorry, I'm sucking at talking right now. I'm so used to it that it doesn't really bother me anymore, but I know on the inside that it's absolutely killing me. And it's not fun. It's really stressful, and I think that's probably one of the main problems today's society has with school is just not getting enough sleep. You wake up way too early for school, and you have to stay there for a long period of time. And you really only get a lunch break. Really, only. You get a 30-minute lunch break, and that's really about it. You gotta finish your classes 8 hours, and it's just a lot for anybody. And for me, I really cannot, I may go to bed at 1 o'clock, every night. And that's just me. But I know a lot of other people out there that do kind of the same thing. Like they just really cannot sleep, and they're so messed up in the morning. Yeah, but my advice to you is, don't do what I do. Don't go to bed at 12 or 1 a.m. because I guarantee you, you're going to wake up in the morning and you're going to be like, heck no, I can't do this. I'm going back to bed, because that's how I usually feel. When I wake up from getting like a 4 or 5 hours sleep, I'm like, no, I'm not doing this today, Mom. I'm going back to sleep. Get another 5 hours, I'll be good. But yeah, get a good 9, 8 hours of sleep. 7 hours is okay. 6 hours you're pushing it, and after that you're just kind of screwed in the morning. 8 to 9 hours of sleep is going to be probably great for you. Even if I got 8 to 9 hours of sleep, I would still be a grouch in the morning because I know I gotta wake up and go to school. But I definitely wouldn't feel terrible, and like a lot of people that do, because I know people that get 5 hours of sleep and they wake up in the morning, they're just, it's a killer. Like, I'm serious, like it's an absolute killer. And when you keep doing that, it's gonna stress you out. I promise it will. It will stress you out. So yeah. And I think that's a really huge problem with stress with school, is sleep. The amount of sleep that teenagers get. But yeah. So I mean that's honestly, there's not a whole lot of stuff that really stresses people out with school. I think I honestly really covered the main two problems, and it's just too much that goes into the brain. You get too much information, and it's different information that you got to take in and study, and it's just sleep. You know, when you're studying for multiple things and you got to take over 2 tests the next day, you're going to absolutely cry. Like, you're going to be like, holy crap, I'm not going to be able to do this. You know, if I'm ever like that, I'm like, God almighty. I almost want to give up, but you can't. And that's the thing. And that's my main advice for everyone out there in school, even middle school. You know, do not give up. Because, I know you're going to feel like giving up on school because it's just so hard and it's so stressful, and it is. But it's your future. It is, it's your future. You cannot give that up. Your future could be successful because of school, and it will be. It will be. Even if you're a C average student, it's going to make you successful if you graduate high school. And even if you don't go to college, it's going to be easier to get a job with a high school diploma. It will. I promise you that it will. But don't drop out. Don't drop out of high school. Don't miss too many days. Don't stop coming to school because you don't feel like it, because that's going to mess everything up. You know, keep going. Kill it through the stress, because I promise you one day it's going to be worth it. You're going to have a good lifestyle. You're going to be living a good life. And you're going to be like, damn, I am so glad I went to school. And, it might have been stressful, but it was worth it. Because that's hopefully how I pray, envision how it's going to be. I'm going to just be sitting on the couch one day, eating cookies, drinking a beer, watching the game, and I'm going to be like, if it weren't for school, I probably wouldn't be on this couch right now. I'd probably be working at McDonald's, flipping a burger, while I'm like 32 years old. And, you got to go to school. And it's going to suck. But life sucks. Life sucks a lot of what, and you just gotta push through it. That's basically what you gotta do in life. You gotta push through it, and then you get to live good. That's the whole thing. You gotta push through it. You gotta push through the stress, and it's gonna suck, and you're gonna feel like giving up, but you can't. You cannot give up. You gotta study. You gotta do multiple things to be successful in life, and it's just not with school. It's with everything. But this topic is with school. But, that's all I really got to say on that. The main focus on this video was, that yes, school is completely stressful. And if you feel like giving up, that's normal. Because I felt like that millions of times. But, on the inside that you cannot give up. You cannot give up on something that holds literally your whole future out of you. You can't. And that is my advice to you guys. But yeah, I mean, take it seriously. I mean, this video, I mean, it's for fun, but it's also, you know, I mean, serious. You know, don't give up on it just because it's a little stressful. And it's not just going to be a little stressful. It's going to be really stressful. But don't give up on it. I promise you, it will be worth it in the end. So take the advice and make it happen, man. I hope you guys liked the video. I know there wasn't much to talk about, but you know, I had fun making the video, and I hope you guys had fun watching it. Thanks.